It's really easy to mistake D&D for other board games. Sure, you've got a load of people sat around a table, everyone's rolling dice, maybe there's some miniatures that are moving across the map, but I want to challenge you on this video is I want to challenge you with something totally different. I want you to be in D&D. Here's how you do it. Roleplay isn't about pretending, it's about inhabiting a completely new perspective. Dungeons & Dragons and other role-playing games give us the opportunity to explore aspects of our personalities we may have never had a chance or felt comfortable enough to explore before. And D&D especially is great at this. Another fantastic aspect of Dungeons & Dragons is that you're working cooperatively with the rest of the table. All the other players who are playing characters all happen to be striving for the same goal, and this goal is usually to defeat the bad guy, or to find the loot, or to rescue someone that's in trouble. Yes, that's right, you're playing heroes. And when you're a hero, you embody certain characteristics that make you stand out, and it could very well be a case that they may stand out from your personality yourself. One of the best ways to do this is to ground your character in emotional reality. And what do I mean by this? Forget the long backstories, let's ask, what does your character want right now? This very second. What is it they're trying to achieve? What is it they're trying to get? And who are they trying to impress? A really effective way to get into the body of your character is to ask really in-depthful and interesting questions. And who are you asking these questions to? Well, you're asking them to yourself. One of the key questions to ask yourself, what is it that drives your character when nobody else is watching? Is it love? Fear? Hatred? A desire for revenge? Or is it something else? The key in this instance is to anchor one emotional truth and then let everything else spiral from there. In a way, you are grounding your emotional truth in the moment and then feeding off everyone else's impulses off the back of that truth. And this is how you really bring your character together. So for example, you might say, my rogue, she isn't just a thief. She steals because it makes her feel free. But free from what? Do you see what I mean? Straight away, you are building up extra questions to ask yourself based on that first initial question. You shouldn't just speak like them, you should think like them. The key here is to make your dialogue believable and spontaneous. Pretty tricky thing to do, but hear me out, I can help you out. Here we go. Before you have a moment to talk, quickly think, what would they say in this instance, based on what it is they know and how they feel, and what's their rhythm? Too many times at the gaming table do we hear a multitude of different accents. You don't need accents, you need intent. Next time, try a subtle physical cue you can use on yourself. Could be something as easy as tilting your head, a finger tap on the face, an eye roll. These little cues mark to you, your brain and your personality, that you are no longer you, you are them, and it is time to go to work. And now you're there, it's time to find your emotional resonance. Connect your real emotions to your character's experience. You never need to act, you just need to remember. And how do you do this? You just borrow real emotions, moments of self-doubt, times when you've been up against it, if you've been stressed out recently. I know it sounds counterproductive, but it really isn't. You've just got to bring all that to the table, bring it into your character, and let your character live. Let them live, let them breathe, let them experience all the experiences that you've had yourself recently. Really gain on that. And if you need to dial things up, dial them up. Play around. You know, this is your character, this is your sandbox, this is your place to really explore elements of your personality and psyche that you would never feel comfortable doing anywhere else. And that's also why when you play D&D, you need to make it a safe space. Because if you don't have a safe space, what is the point in playing with these bozos in the first place? Exactly. So when your paladin is facing temptation or your wizard is feeling powerless, empower them through your roleplay and give them the tools that they need in order to lean in and become emotionally checked in, emotionally dialed into the game. That's what you want. At the end of the day, what we're all trying to do at the gaming table is to bring story alive through our interactions. And one of the best ways to do that is to totally ignore your DM. I know. That sounds pretty crazy. But hear me out. A great DM is there to embody and empower all of the characters that you interact with in order for you, the players, to build the story. Yes, of course, the DM might have the skeletons and bare bones of a story structure that you're playing through, of course. But a good DM knows that. They know the story structure, they've got it at the back of their head, it's doing its thing. You guys are interacting with the world, and that is how you should do it. You should only ever engage with the world. Don't engage with the DM. Engage with the world. Engage with the NPCs. Engage with the fact of what's happening over there. Engage with the fact that a great big rock is just falling off the top of a mountain. Everyone needs to dive down and save themselves. This is how you bring the world to life. It's how you bring your character to life, and it's how you make it incredibly exciting for every other player at the table. Honestly, you guys, this is it. The best role players, they're the ones that tee up their fellow characters to make incredibly bold and courageous choices. It doesn't always come down to you. You have to gauge in with the strengths of each other and help one another, and that is how you create beautiful stories. And yes, embrace the chaos. Another really awesome element to D&D is that failure can be an opportunity. I can count on my hand how many times I've run a one-shot and the players that are in the one-shot have got to the very last battle and the bad guy has beaten them. Why? Because they didn't understand the consequences of what was happening in the game. Sure, they could easily pass off that, oh, this DM doesn't understand us, or he's like, meh, 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 whatever it might be, right? They all moan, they all have their own little moans about it. Whatever it is, cool, get over yourselves, right? If you can't defeat the main bad guy at the end, everyone's got their own individual strengths. If you're not playing up to those strengths, if you're not doing that, if you're not working as a team moving forward, and the bad guy defeats you, then guess what? You need to rebook another game, come back and try again. And that way, you and your team will go on to create a fantastic story structure, a fantastic story arc that will deliver time and time again. Mistakes are story fuel. That's why in games like Mothership, for example, you're always going to fail a dice roll. It's because it raises the stakes. You want that. You don't want to have a game where everyone just wins the end, hooray. Boring is shit. Like, imagine being sat down and just watching a film where, oh, he's done that, he's fine. He's done that, he's okay. Oh, that happened. No, he's fine. It's fine again. Take a look at Endgame. Endgame was pretty savage. You know, all those people getting wiped out. It felt like it was they were literally past the point of no return, and shit was going to get crazy for them, and it did. But what did that do? What did that do? Kept us as an audience totally engaged in the story, and that is how you remain engaged in the story. Because as a player, you're a member of the audience. Character is the star of the show. You're just the audience. You're watching these people create an absolutely awesome story, and you want to see them fail, and then you want to see them get back up, dust themselves off, and get back in that ring. Because, Rocky, I don't hear no bell. D&D isn't about winning. It isn't about playing. It's basically about being somebody else for a little while. When you drop the guard, when you stop the performance, and you just flow into the game, that is when the magic happens. Next time you're sat at a table, why don't you ask yourself, am I playing a game or am I feeling it? Am I in this? Am I living it? At Rolldark, we don't just play games, we love and live in stories. We're a Game Master agency. We have over 30 DMs across the whole of the United Kingdom, and they're available to hire. All of them are professional actors and storytellers, and they will run a game for you and your friends and your family, either in your home or online. Want to check us out? It's www.rolldark.co.uk. Subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta for now.
You've walked the path of the storyteller. Now it's time to forge your legacy.
Rolldark, where professional game masters are forged. Enroll now. Search Rolldark and discover your destiny.